he fired me. I'm serious, he fired me. You know, I mean, he was justified. I was a horrible employee. But can you imagine being fired by your father? Can you imagine? I mean, you're a businessman's son from a business community, and you can't do business? I'm surprised they didn't demote me to a granddaughter, you know? It's amazing, you know, but I survived, and you know, now I'm happy, and I became a comedian. But I have to make one thing clear. I still have a lot of respect for people in industry, a lot of respect for them, because think about it. You know, there's no gratitude in industry. When I'm here, I tell you a joke, you laugh, transaction complete, right? I get gratitude there. But all these factories in Pakistan, they make these wonderful clothes. Nobody thanks them. All these clothes and all these factories in Pakistan make these beautiful clothes, and they get sent to these malls and shopping centers in America and Europe, and over there somebody buys those clothes and they look at it and they say, oh my God, I love this. This is beautiful. Thank you, Gap. What? Thank you, Gap? What about thanking us? We made the goddamn clothes. The only time they come close to thanking us is when they look at the clothes and say, oh my God, I love this. Thank you, Banana Republic. And I don't know if they're talking about us. I don't know. Yeah, look at all these things, all these shirts and these iPhones in your pocket, all these wonderful things you have. You know, appreciate these things. Somebody had a shitty day putting all these things together, I'm telling you. All these pretty things have a dirty past. You know, but you don't want to know that, do you? You don't want to be angry when you're playing Angry Birds. You just want to enjoy your things. Do you think Apple seals the back cover on an iPhone for copyright reasons? Or so that you never find the little note that says, save me, save me. But yeah, I have a lot of respect. A lot of respect for people in industry. Think about it. You're doing 10,000 things a minute. So if one thing goes wrong, 10,000 things have gone wrong. That's a lot of pressure, right? But sometimes, from a great tragedy like that, will come something wonderful and special. And in textiles, we call that Zena Market. Yes, Zena Market. Think about it. These clothes were supposed to go to these wonderful places in the Western Europe, but something goes wrong with them. And they end up in Zena Market. And sooner or later, someone buys them, and they find their place in society. And I really relate to those clothes, you know, because something went wrong with me in the factory. And now I'm finding my place in society. And this might look like a comedy show to you, but this is Zena Market. Welcome to Zena Market. How are you doing? What's your name, sir? Adam. What do you do, Adam? I spend all day with Eve. Messing around. Why did you laugh? You what? You pre-sell tickets for the show? Are you a scalper or? I don't get it. What did you do? Oh, you run espresso. Okay, give a big round of applause. This is one of our partners, right? Give a big round of applause. I think you just stole the tickets and sold it to everyone. You're like, ha 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 ha. Do something about it. So you run espresso, you must be caffeinated all day. How is it? It's a pretty busy business, right? And who's this next to you? Okay, great, great. You friends with him because of the sandwiches, or what did I tell you? The coffee's good there, you know? It is. So what do you do? You have a pharma business. Oh, you're a businessman. What kind of businessman? Huh? A real man. What do you sell exactly? Sachets you see on the internet, like, goat weed. What kind of business is it? Flavors, fragrances, and food ingredients. That's a lot of words. The artist thing to say. No wonder you're friends with the espresso guy. That's where he gets all his ingredients from, huh? All that vanilla in the coffee, that's him. So did you start in espresso? Oh, where's your brother? What's wrong with you? Leaving your family behind? It's like partition, fuck off, I'm going. It's every man for himself. Get a seat from you. Great, that's fantastic. No, I'm great. I wish I could still be a businessman, but I'm not. So I'm a comedian, and it's a tough life sometimes. I tell people I'm a comedian. They ask me, so what do you do? I say, well, I'm a comedian, and they always say, oh, how nice. What else do you do? Like, what a rude thing to say, you know. And so yeah, exactly. And I try to keep my cool, because I know that these people, you know, there's not many comedians around in Pakistan. So I always explain. I say, no, you know, it's a lot of work actually. It's a lot of writing. It's a lot of traveling and performing all over the place. You're always, you know, on edge. You're always juggling different projects, and it's a pretty busy life. And they always say, oh, wonderful, wonderful. What does your father do? That's the mentality over here. And I tried it, you know. I tried to tell them that it's a really tough job, and there's a lot of anxiety when you're a comedian. I have to be on stage every day. So I've developed this severe anxiety. If I'm on a plane, I'll imagine it crashing. Yeah, if I'm in a car, I imagine the car crashing. If my in-laws are visiting, I imagine them crashing on my couch. It's a horrible, horrible thing. This friend of mine gave me some Xanax. He said it'll calm me down. It didn't calm me down. It made me more jealous, because I realized how normal people felt. It's a strange joke. I don't want to do that anyway. It's a strange life. I remember when I first started, we used to charge 100 rupees a ticket. Can you imagine 100? I'm sure you're thinking, why didn't I go to a show 9 years ago? God damn it. No, but honestly, we used to charge 100 rupees a ticket. We didn't have to do it for the money back then. But that, and I remember, even back then, I thought everyone knew, you're charging 100 rupees, you're not doing it for the money. But I would have strange people come up to me outside the shows, because we used to do the tickets then. And so I'd be standing at the gate of the show, and this guy would come up to me. He said, excuse me, are there any tickets available? And I would tell him, no, I'm sorry, we're sold out. And then he leaned forward, he said, I'll give you 200 rupees. I said, that's your bribe? Another guy came up to me and said, excuse me, is there anything else included in the ticket price? I said, yes, there's a buffet by Avari downstairs. And he went downstairs. And he checked, he came back upstairs, and he said, I can't find the food. And I said, oh my God, I'm sorry, it was all shrimp tempura. You know how quickly that goes in Pakistan, right? It's amazing about us in shrimp tempura. I can't get over it. Hey, so, what's your name? Oh, so you're probably 12 years old, right? You're 14 too? Okay, great. Are you all friends? Oh man, all the way there. 14. Wow. You add up to a human being. I should ask you what is your name? What do you do? I should ask you like that. And so you're all in KGS? KAS, oh, even better. Let's step on the elitists to get to the bigger elitists. KAS, Karachi American School. KGS, Karachi Grammar School. British versus America, fight. Who screwed us first? It's hello down here, all of you. You look like you're all in a big Suzuki dabba, you know? You're still on your way to the show. You know how the people here at the back, they're just looking out, like squished in the side. Are you guys all in school? No? You all graduated? Oh wow, you look young though. Where are you guys all working? Whereabouts? Oh, you're working Engro? Engro? Rocket Internet. That friend sitting in the back of class. Please geez, I'm on stage now. I didn't get any job. You, sir, are one step away from being a comedian. Get on that rocket and come on up there. How fast is rocket internet? Huh? How fast? Yeah, 6 months. You got to the, are you going to the moon in the rocket? Just setting up a company, 6 months! Yeah. Okay, that's great. And so, and you guys are, how do you all know each other? Oh, you're from the same university, so you're used to sitting like this. Outside the canteen. But then you try and get closer to each other, because you're in school, you know? Now I just did it for you, congratulations. Do you know how much work it takes to touch a girl's arm? Exactly. Thank me later, sir. It's good. Oh, no, it's good, it's good. Yeah, I used to work for my father for so long. It's one of those things that hurts me now. I think about it sometimes late at night. When I'm alone. It's amazing I just stand and say anything. What a funny job I have. It's great. No, I think that I went to well, let me tell you this first, because I'm on the topic of being a comedian. I think the signs that I wouldn't be suited for a normal job, like Enpro or Rocket Internet, was, or anything in between, right? Those are both ends of the spectrum, aren't they? The Rocket Internet. No, to be honest, like, I wasn't suited, I was never suited for a normal job. And one of the first signs that wasn't suited for a normal job is I can never sign my name the same way twice, you know? On a check, on an autograph, nothing. Whenever I give someone a check, I always get a call from the bank, excuse me, sir, I think your children are trying to forge your signature. And I have to tell them, no, I'm sorry, I don't have any children. They say, oh, really? Okay, get well soon. That's how the conversation goes, you know? And this all springs back to the first time I had to sign my name. You see, I was 18 years old and I was sitting in my room, and my father came into my room and said, come with me very quickly. Come with me quickly, we have we have to sign some legal documents, bring your NIC card with you, let's go. And I told my dad, I don't have an NIC card. And he got angry at me. He's like, why don't you have a national identity card? I didn't have an answer, I hardly had an identity. And he just grabbed me and he took me to the NIC office, you know? And we sat down and we hired one of those old guys to fill in the form. Where he's looking. And he filled in the form and he slid it forward, he said, sign it. And I didn't have a signature. But I wasn't going to tell my father that. So I decided, Saad, you have to make one up right now. So I decided I would write Saad, but a little sideways. My dad looked at me like, what the hell is this? No. And then the old guy was like, okay, calm down. Just get another form, it's 100 rupees, and fill it in again. My dad said, 100 rupees? No. No. This is fine, let's go home. That's been my signature now for the last 17 years. Nobody tells you that you're stuck with that goddamn signature for life, right? But you know, to be honest, I think it's fate. It is fate, because I got married 3 years ago, and when I got married, right before, my wife confessed something to me. She said, Saad, before we get married, you have to know, I have the worst signature in the world. I just write my name. And I said, oh my God, so do I. I'd be really bonded. You know? You know what those moments are? And if you look at our Nikah Nama, it looks like two 7-year-olds have been forced into marriage. It's horrible. How are you doing, KGS? You doing your SATs there quietly, no? No, I didn't, maybe there's some latent anger or something. Yeah, because I didn't go to grammar school. I went to St. Michael's Convent School. Yeah, I went to St. Michael's.